really telling her this. She like, oh, you ugly. I'm just. I'm not
She's standing those shit.
Grab your ankles! Grab the ankles!
I with the bitch. For that shit. Big young. That's what I did then.
Welcome back to another episode of the Preem Pod, a place where you can laugh, learn, and grow. I'm Jace Preem. I'm sitting here with Rose, the engineer, and one of the dopest special guests, the second special guest that we've had so far. I'll let Rose introduce your good friend here as we get going.
It's Big Jungle. Big Jungle's making waves in this city. Just got off his first tour with Sada Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I've known him personally for damn near 10 years. 10 years.
Wow.
Was I your first engineer?
First and
Damn.
But first, yeah, decade of work. So I've been I've been working with you for a decade, and the growth is astonishing. So we can get into all that, but yeah, super hard. Your pen is outstanding. Your songwriting is phenomenal.
Yeah, and
you're a good friend of mine. I appreciate our friendship.
And I definitely like when I was listening, because it's the lane that you're in, the industry, the style that you're in. There's a certain sound, but like when I was listening, I'm like, he is spitting though. I'm like, he giving me the bars too. He giving me, bro. I'm like, we'll get more into that. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking about betting on yourself and the power of networking. So we'll get into the difference between betting on yourself and BSing. We'll try to get to the bottom of why it's so hard for creatives to give each other flowers, especially in the city. But before we get into that, Jungle, for all your fans who might be listening and watching, and all the starving artists who might be tuning in, I wanted you to kind of walk us through when you first picked up a microphone up until when you met Rose, and then up until the Sada Baby tour. And I want to focus on the things that, again, people didn't really get to see, maybe some of the sacrifices that you had to make to kind of get to where you are now. I know that was loaded, but
yeah,
the whole thing. Let's jump right into it.
Well, as a kid, I used to just rap all the time. Like, I had a whole composition book full of raps, like filled front to back. So I used to write all the time. And my brothers used to always they was the ones that was like rapping and shit. So we would just link up, me and my big brother and friends, and we would all just rap, record ourselves on the phone. That's where it started. Like, so I used to rap for the family. My brother would call me in there. Oh, look, my little brother's so sweet with this shit. He'd call me in, I'd rap for everybody. And then that's where the love for it came. And then watching BET Freestyle Friday, I used to steal their raps, go to school, use their raps. So I really was stealing people's raps, and that's where it started too. So, but my love for it was as a kid. So, but then I finally, when I'm in high school, I bumped into people that was actually making real music. I'm like, oh, you can actually make, you can go to the studio, you actually recorded that, and oh, how you do that? Like, oh, I can show you. And that's actually one of my friends, Dav, 808 Speakers. He is the one that introduced me to Rose. So he took me to the studio and we recorded a song. It was like Blue Hunters or something like that. That was like my first song I ever did with him. And it was with Rose. And Rose recorded it, and then from there on out, I'm like, okay, every time I go to the studio, I'ma what's crazy is I went to another person, and I'm like, it didn't sound like the first time I came here. So I'm like, man, what happened to Dog that recorded the one song? He like, oh yeah, I can plug you in with him, man. So basically, I started just going to him because I didn't like the way other people recorded it. I just wanted to stick to the same, So then after a while, just kept going to him. That's all I ever wanted to record with, because I'm like, everybody else scared me. I want to hear. I want my quality to be the same. So So then we just locked in from there on out. I just kept recording. And at first, I started. And that's the thing. When I first started, I started from the bottom. So I dropped a song or two, and it got 20 views, 50 views. I went through the real process of, nothing, nobody watching nothing. And I was in a group at first. I was just doing anything. I didn't know. I had a whole different name.
Same.
went through the whole process. Like I went through the whole process.
Finding yourself.
Rebrand myself, finding myself and actually and all that. So like after a while, I rebranded myself, and then I through Rose, I bumped into Kurt.
Mm.
And Kurt is the owner of Crowd Freak. He throws all these like showcases. He was throwing a bunch of showcases and stuff.
Mm.
So now I'm like, okay, we're gonna perform the showcases. That's the time, matter of fact, and that's before I rebranded myself. I was still with the group that I was with, and we end up like performing. That was my first performance.
At Bankrose, right? During those showcases. That would have been what, 2016, 7? No, it would have been 17, 18, something like that.
Like around,
In the very beginning. Yeah.
It had to be like 18. Then yeah, we was drunk as hell on stage. Man, it was terrible, bro. Like I didn't know my words. I'm up there saying wrong words because I'm just off beat because I'm drunk. That was the time, like I was like, nah, never gonna do this again. I really didn't. I'm like, I'm not trying to perform with nobody. I'm not trying to I can't drink no more, so I don't even perform sober. I don't even like do for anything that is music related. I can't do like I don't do
substances.
Alcohol.
I got you. Wow. Okay.
Because of that reason right there, that was embarrassing to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, for that reason, I'm like, yeah. And then so a lot of people be thinking I'm like drunk or
yeah, because when I watched that, so that video was Sada, so you was completely sober.
I be sober.
Oh my God. So that's energy though. That's energy. That's crazy.
Now I'm not gonna cap. I like during like some of my music videos, maybe I'll be drunk, maybe.
Okay, because I'm about to say for a music video, I kind of have to. You got to get into a
music
character.
Videos, maybe.
I'm like you was
but
too
like
lit, bro.
Performing, and that's because like I can control it. You can control the narrative there, like
exactly
going on, all type of shit. Live performing is different.
True that.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's like
you
fuck up. Like it's no, you feel me? And you want to get a window to grasp everybody. So it's different. But I get into the performance shit in a minute. So yeah. What was I at? Okay, I was performing with them, then I was like, I'm not performing that so again. Then it was like in the group, the reason I separated myself from like doing the group shit, when half people was ready, the other half wasn't ready. When I was ready, they weren't ready. When they was ready, I wasn't ready. It was like it was just holding each other back. So I was like, man, I'm doing my own thing. And somebody took my name in the city. So I rebranded myself and changed my name.
Wow.
It was originally Wanye. Then I changed it to Bigjungle. And I made sure I Googled it.
There you go.
I went on YouTube.
He said he learned from that.
I'm the first jungle.
Okay.
I'm the first jungle.
Yes, sir.
Only jungle I would give credit to is Nas' brother, Jungle. Other than that, there was no other jungle before me.
How did Jungle come about though? Yeah. Were you thinking hard about it?
And when did that come about too?
I don't know. I really do not know.
Just one day you woke up and you're like, I'm Jungle.
No, it was like I think I was looking for like a name that just stuck. Like, okay, energy shit, wild shit. I be on wild shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like careless, And I'm like, so Jungle came about. I don't know how the fuck it came to me, but it did. And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Jungle is a perfect name for you.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I just when I did it, it stuck, and it just worked out. I don't even really it ain't even like no magic shit fell out the sky, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna go by Jungle.
Yeah.
It just kind of came to me.
Yeah.
And it just stuck. But so yeah, after I changed my name and shit, I kind of got I was still doing shows. Now I'm doing it by myself. So like my first show by myself, I went fucking crazy. Like I feel it. And it was just natural. I never done it before, right? Other than that time. But I just was on there and I was being myself, like hype as hell, because I'm already an energetic person. I'm already a funny person. So I just kind of embedded all that into my performance. I didn't give a fuck. I was on there turning up, doing what I do, running around, enjoying myself like as I would do if I was by myself in the house, you know. And that shit worked for me. So I won. I actually won my first performance.
The first solo one?
Yeah, and that's when I was like, I fell in love with that shit. Like I'm like, oh shit, I won. I won. So when I won, I'm like, oh, now I'm about to try to win all these. So then, like, you know, the next one I probably came in like second place. Then the next one I did, I kind of switched up everything and I didn't come in second or first. So I'm like, whoa. It threw me off. So I'm like, all right, well, let me stick to what was working for me. So I went back to it, what I was doing. And then it was like, okay, and I started catching the grasp of how, you know, how to do this shit. Like, and it was already a natural thing for me. But like the more and more I did it, I kind of like learned new things about it. But the thing is, you know, that's the thing. People go, you gotta actually do it. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta actually go and go about it. That's how you gotta go about it. Like I done seen people do showcases and lose and then just be like, lose their whole confidence and they're like, oh, I'm never doing this shit again.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about people that's around me that did that. And I be telling them like, bro, you gotta go through that.
Yeah.
You gotta lose 10 of them.
Yeah, or more.
Like, yeah, like it's not
Man.
about just, you know, losing and be like, oh, well, no, this ain't for me. Like, nah, bro. I did so much, I networked so much during those showcases and I learned so much doing those. So the more and more I kept performing, I just started networking heavy. And I was winning so many of them. Kurt was just like, me and Kurt kind of locked in. Kurt was like, okay, yeah, this guy's like special type shit. I was doing crazy shit too. One time I had like a box of cereal, brought a box of cereal, took it out, I took the bag. And my first instinct was to actually, I was trying to bust the bag and dump it on myself. But when I took it out the box and I swung it, it bust on the crowd. So it was like,
and it's a crowd fake one. It's one of those.
It's a crowd. So I kind of had to play it off because niggas was mad. This niggas just threw
them niggas be
on
bad.
me, bro. Like I'm looking at the nigga face. He like, he sizing me up. So you know I got to play it off. You know, so I was like, yeah, nigga, what you talking about? Like I did it on purpose. Like when I was like hype as hell, but then he kind of was like, hey,
what you gonna do after
that? So then like I did that. I done had like a pocket full of pennies. Took a pocket full of pennies out and just threw them bitches everywhere. I was just doing random shit because I don't even know. It was like I started off just doing wild shit. So it was like I was like, I just started trying to top myself. Like, okay, well, I did that already. And I was doing so many showcases. I was like, I don't want people to get bored with the same shit. So I just kept doing different shit. And then that shit was just crazy every time. So like, that's how I got locked in with Kurt. Like Kurt was like, this nigga crazy. This nigga's like special for real. So he started putting me on all his shows that he had. Like he was doing bigger and bigger shows. So he started putting me on them. And I just was performing a lot, bro. I was performing a lot. But like what really helped me take off, that was just me networking and, you know, doing my thing right there, putting in the hard work. But like I just started learning the back, like the behind the scenes of the shit too. Like I used to think like promo, when people get posted on like pages of like certain pages and shit, I used to think, oh yeah, y'all famous. Y'all famous as hell. Like I can't believe that. They posting y'all. But then I had to learn the behind the scenes. People are paying for that.
Yeah.
So it's like promo, it's all this is paid promo, everything is paid in place. So I'm like, once I learned that, I'm like, okay, going on a run. This is me around the time I'm working. I'm doing everything. I got my hands in everything for real. So I think it was like around like tax time or something. I got my taxes back. I posted on everything. I was paying everybody. Like literally, I paid, and it was a song called Homer Simpson. I was supposed to. What's crazy is I wasn't even supposed to shoot that video. I was supposed to shoot this other video that I had, and I wasn't ready for it. It was like because I had like a whole scene acted out. I was supposed to do like a school scene or some shit like that. It didn't fall out like I was supposed to, but I had the cameraman already ready. Ooh, so and my mans was there that I had for that feature. I'm like, bro, you want to just shoot Homer Simpson? So we end up shooting Homer Simpson, and then I'm like, fuck it. I dropped it on one of the promo pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the reaction it got was like crazy. Everybody's like, who the fuck is this? Like, cause I had a line on there that said, I want to hear a lot of, like, that's how the song started off.
Yeah.
I want to hear a lot of, shit don't let you hit Charles Frank. That's the motto. Like, and then niggas was going so stupid about like that line and everybody was going crazy. Like, it just had a crazy reaction. So I'm like, damn, this bitch going crazy. This bitch went crazy on this page. It brought me a lot. It brought me like 1,000 followers or something like that. So that was special to me. I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
okay. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So then I just started posting on all these different pages.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm paying females with a lot of followers to post it. I'm paying everybody, comedians, rappers, anybody I could. I was just giving money away. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I was just having everybody post it. So it was crazy. Is like to this day, everybody was saying that it was viral. It went viral. Like literally when I was like talking to people, like even when like fast forward for a second when I was talking to Vez and they was like, yeah, you got a song that went viral all over. And it kind of did go viral, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
But in reality, I really paid for it to look like it went viral. Because I paid everybody to post it. So it looked crazy. I mean, and at some point, I mean, the numbers kind of indicated it went viral because it was way higher than the other people that was posting on the pages. But
yeah.
But in reality, I paid for everybody to post it. It
Right.
really didn't go viral as people thought it did. I was paying people to do that. So, but it worked out for me because then everybody was hitting me up like T Grizzly, DM me, you hard, keep going. Vez, GT, a bunch of people like from the city was just showing me love in my DMs and shit. So that's like was the first moment I ever like had where it was just like, oh shit. You feel me? So
yeah. Validation.
Yeah, for real. So after that, I kind of felt like I had the blueprint a little bit.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
I was like, so I just kept trying to like follow that same, the way I did that. So the next song I had, I was just doing it really. I dropped another tape, I think, and then I did it with Acting Famous. I think Acting Famous was the next thing that. No, Cash Style.
Yeah.
I had a freestyle. I did an open mic. This is my first open mic too. I did, and it was like the mic hanging down. I was rapping on there. It's a little freestyle that I did. It was called Cash Style, and I did that, and I posted it, and I posted that, and they did the same thing, but it was like twice. It did it like it was twice as much. Like, so my followers was growing crazy from that. That went really, really crazy though. That was like, whoa, like I thought Homer Simpson did something. No, that one went really crazy. And then from there, Vez hit me up, and I wasn't even living here no more. I was living in Texas at the time. I moved to Texas. So because like after the Homer Simpson shit, after it all died down, I kind of was like, shit kind of got stale for me. I was really just rapping, dropping music for real. It wasn't no motion for real.
Okay.
The motion kind of got still. So I'm like, and then I was like, this shit here, I'm straight. I need a new scenery. So I went to Texas with my mans, and then I was working down there. So I was just using the money, doing the same shit though. I was just pouring it into the music shit, but I'm doing it down there. So when I posted that went crazy. So I started doing the same shit I did with that. I posted it everywhere. But I didn't have to do that like I did that. I just posted on a few pages, and that bitch just went crazy. Everybody was posting it and hitting me up and shit. And Vez actually like hit me up again, like, and DM me like, bro, call me, gave me his number.
Where, yeah.
I'm like, I'm calling my people. So I called him. I'm like, well, hey, bro, Vez just told me to call him, bro. Vezo, bro, I swear, like, what? I was going crazy. I'm like, oh shit. So then I called him. He like, bro, you hard, bro. And what's crazy is I was doing performances out in Texas. I did a performance. It was like 6 people there. It was like raining and shit. But I was like, I still did like one of my crazy shit. This was the first time I like elbow drop. I did one of my elbow drop. I got this famous thing I do with the water bottle. I take the water bottle, drink it, drop it, elbow drop that bitch, fuck my whole elbow, everything up. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. So that was the first time I did that shit. And it was in front of like 7 people. I feel proud.
Man.
It was going crazy. The 7 people was going crazy.
Yeah.
But look, I say that to say I posted that on my story. I mean on my page. And then so Vance hit me up and shit. He was like, bro, you hard, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, like he was like, but the thing, he was like, I ain't call you because you sweet. Like you can rap, bro. Like, but I called you because of some shit I seen, bro. He said I seen you like performing. It had to be like 10 people there, bro. You was performing like you was at Rolling Loud, dog. He said that shit take a different type of talent to do that, bro. It take a different type of energy and special talent to do that, bro. He said, and like this is his words. He said the only person he's like last person I remember with that type of energy was Sada Baby. So he was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you special. He said, I need you to. He said, let me know when you can come and meet up with me and shit. Ooh, I'm like, shit, I'll be there this weekend. Shit. So I flew back immediately. You know, one way. I'm like, hey,
Man.
What's crazy is my people was like, don't go back to the city, bro. Don't do it, bro. I'm like, shit, I got to.
No, you
That's
got the
good
call.
that you knew.
I got to,
You
bro.
got the call.
Went with your gut.
So I went back. We ended up meeting. And I think and I don't know the timeline of this, but I want to throw this in there because this was before. This was like because this is a part of the reason why I perform the way I perform. So yeah, this is important. Say my first time ever going to a concert. I went to a concert with my brother. It was a T Grizzly concert, and we was watching the concert, and he had Sada Baby came out. And Sada turned that fucking crowd up so crazy, but like his energy was like insane, bro. Like this is like to get a gist of how he had the fucking crowd. My brother's girlfriend at the time was saying, "Oh yeah, Sada Baby, he cool and all, but you know, I don't really, it ain't my cup of tea. I don't really like, I don't really like him." I'm like, what? Sada Baby is fucking crazy. Like, cold as fuck. Like, what you talking about? You tweaking? She like, nah, yeah, no, I'm straight. It ain't for me.
Yeah, he just don't do it for me.
Man, by the end of his performance, she was on her seat like,
wow.
Hey, I fuck with dog. Like
That's
she literally was like,
crazy.
I fuck with him. Oh my god, like I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know he was like that. He turned this bitch up like he was tripping, like tweaking. And I'm like, bro, every time I perform, I want to be like that. Like that gotta be the energy I give niggas. Like, so that shit motivated me to the like fullest extent, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. I never wanted to have a dull moment like after I seen that. Cause I never even, and it was to the point like he turned the crowd up so crazy. T came out, he was doing his set in the middle of his set. He was like, "Hey, y'all want me to bring something?" Everybody went crazy.
Hell yeah.
He brought him back out and made him do a set all over.
Wow.
I swear, I'm like, oh yeah, like that shit was amazing. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, that shit motivated me too. Like I got that's how I want to perform. You feel me? And then back to what I was saying. After I came back, me and Vez linked up. We was in the studio. Long story short, we made some music and we just locked in after that. Like, and so there, he just like open arms for me, like, bro, share this platform. He just became my brother, man. He's just been just opening many doors for me and been like my just big brother to me. So I appreciate that. He's such a genuine nigga too, man. Like I fuck with Viz a long way. And then many doors opened up from there and I just been working ever since. And then it's like another moment came. I've been taking advantage of the moments too. So like networking is the biggest thing to me. Like you gotta build relationships in this shit. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just more than just dropping music and just dropping videos and shit. You gotta network and know how to maneuver in certain times in certain areas and shit like that, you know. So I just been taking advantage of the networks and the doors that have been opening for me. And one of the doors that opened up for me is Sada Baby. And me and Sada, we got like his circle and my circle is very like it's like damn near the same.
Mhm.
My like we got very mutual friends. Like his mutual friends, my mutual friends are like damn near the same. Like my best friend is his cousin, and my cousin is his manager's best friend. So it's like yeah, we was already
Yeah, y'all was
tied in.
kind of
So
it was
like even when I
inevitable.
was seeing, yeah, I even bumped into Sada Baby like beforehand, and we like my cousin introduced us and shit. We just took a picture, but we ain't know each other, none of that. So
Mhm.
it was like the more and more we kept seeing each other. Now I'm like creating a buzz. He's like, no, starting to know who I was, and we was just like every time it was just like more and more love showing each other. You feel me? So and it got to the point where it was like, all right, it's time. People was I was drawing a lot of comparisons,
Yeah.
and a lot of it, some of it was really negative. A lot of it was like, oh, he's trying to steal Sada Baby, trying to style.
Mhm.
And he trying to, he trying to be Sada Baby, whatever. And I was like, I be laughing at that type of shit though. Cause I look in the mirror every day and I know who I am 110%. So when somebody else try to tell me what I'm doing or what I'm on,
Yeah.
I laugh at it because it don't faze me at all because I know what I got going on. I know what I'm trying to do, and I really don't care to prove it to nobody. That ain't got nothing to do with the fuck I got going on.
Man.
So I ain't fit into it at all. I read the comments and I just laugh about it, and I let my people defend me.
Yeah.
But I kept doing what I was doing, like and it was even a time where I asked them about it. Like, people be saying I trying to steal style and shit like that. And like, I ain't on that. Like I said, you a big influence of what I do for sure. I've been a big fan of you like for a long time.
Mhm.
So it's definitely influenced my shit, what I got going on. But it's far from like me trying to thieve or
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. And he wrote back to me like, man, fuck with them.
I'll fuck with Sada, bro.
He literally said like, man, fuck what they talking about, bro. I'll fuck with you, bro. And that's all that matters. Like, what they saying don't even matter, bro. I know for a fact you ain't trying to copy off me, bro. I know you ain't. You got your own shit going on. You jungle, bro. You got your shit. I got my shit, bro. Keep doing what the fuck you doing. That shit working for you, bro. Don't even listen to them niggas, bro. Like, you can't even pay attention to that type of shit. So when he said that, it kind of made me feel like, oh yeah, even more like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Stamps.
Yeah. So fast forward, we like, and then we did a song. He did a song for my tape. I dropped the tape, fuck being humble. He did a song for it. That was our first feature, and then after that we linked back up again later on, probably like a year later, and we just did no, well, I did What's Your Zodiac, and What's Your Zodiac went so crazy. It created a buzz, and I kind of knew that song was gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You kind of know certain shit.
Sometimes you got that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
I be getting wrong a lot, but he be
That's how it
knowing.
works.
He be knowing.
You get a lot of them wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be right.
There's an ethereal feeling because like there's something where like if you listen to What's Your Zodiac, I mean just the way Henny made that beat too, and it complemented your voice and the cadence. It's one of those like matches made in heaven type of thing,
Mhm.
right? It was just so fucking perfect. And then it's like you can listen to a song and think that it's the one, but then when the song is actually a hit, you feel it more than you think it. Does that make sense?
Like why you even
Yeah.
in the booth? You like you start feeling hot, that warm feeling. Oh shit!
Or when
This is
when
God.
it's done, I mean,
I'm talking on this.
yeah, it's one of those things, you know. So I mean, so just that's 3, 1, 2, 3 hits, that boom, 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 check mark. All over the course of, I'm just kind of over the course of how many, that would be like 8 years from starting to your third.
I kind of counted from 2019 when I rebranded myself.
I like that.
Well,
Because I was a totally different. I feel like before that, I wasn't taking it serious. I didn't know shit.
right.
And I was really, I didn't I just spent $1 for real. And none of the shit I did before 2019, I just spent $1.
Right.
I don't count that shit if niggas don't. You ain't spending no money in this shit. You really don't. What you doing?
You testing it.
I
I mean, you did a good job of like. I think Rose, you talked about this a lot. He did a really good job of letting his audience tell him what the single was because
For sure.
he did crowd for you did the first one and they like this shit. You like second. They're like let me go back to that. Like so he's kind of you was testing the market for real. Then you found your lane, then rebranded it. So that's dope.
I want to double back to literally everything you're saying, but I'm going to keep going because I've had so many urges to just jump in, but we could just keep going because we'll finish it out because this is a good story. This is beautiful. There's so much to unpack in this, but anyway. So okay, so what's your zodiac?
And it's crazy because let me back to what you said for a second. I watch other people and I be asking myself a little bit because I really don't question the process. I trust it too much.
Right.
So I know it's
that's big.
really just but like. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I find myself like, why when my moments don't be as big as other people's moments, and that's not me like looking at other people like I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't trip on it.
Yeah.
Like, but like I be seeing certain people like I had 3 moments, bro. In those 3 moments, they brought me, like one of them brought me like 6,000 followers. One of them brought me like 4,000 or however many. I got like I started at 600 followers and I'm at 17,000 now.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like creeping.
Yeah.
But I see people have moments and they just shit jump up to fucking 60,000.
Right.
And I be just thinking like, why do my moments be not as big as everybody else's moments? And like I said, everything happens for a reason and it's in God's timing, So I don't really question it too much. But I do wonder, because like I said, I had that moment. Like my moments don't be as viral, as big as viral. And Cash Dog did over like 500,000 followers. 500,000 views on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it went super stupid. It just didn't bring me the crowd. It didn't bring me the following that it does for a lot of like not a lot of but other people that I see having those moments and that they jump up and they be like. Go from that to that, but so I do be kind of wondering now, like, what is it?
I think it's.
Am I not taking advantage of the moment?
No, I think it's just coming. I think it's coming.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's not meant for me to be.
But it's one of those things because it's like if you look at like someone like Dej Loaf, right, who Try Me came out and it took her from literally there to all the fucking way in one fell swoop. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or you get T Grizzly, boom, like you get those hits, but there's still songs in between that are maybe behind the scenes. I mean, Baby Smooth and Acorn, Rocky Bad with Vindictive and those type of things, right? They go super insane. But it's like, but you just keep working. You just keep working and eventually you get it. But the thing about it though is anyways, like the fans that you're getting are fucking fans. Yeah. That's the thing. And that's the most important thing anyway, because there is something to be said about running out of your shoes, going up too fast. And then you might have a nice big number, but you don't have, you know what I mean? People who really
can't monetize
core fan base.
Really,
real core
people who
fan
not
base.
about to pay nothing.
Right.
I was talking about this shit with my mom. Cause my mom is like, she's a lawyer now, and she had started she found her lane. She's like, let me just go. Entrepreneurship is a path, but let me just go where I know this is guaranteed. Now she's a lawyer and stuff. And I'm trying to push her into entrepreneurship because she want to get her own firm. And she's comparing herself to one of her friends on Facebook. She's like, so and so has 5,000 followers, only have this many. I'm like, okay, let's say you have 500, she has 5,000, but out of your 500, how many are going to go to bat for you? How many are going to actually, fight for you, defend you if they see something being posted and not chime in because it's cool. Now it's popular. Now they're migrating. Because you got a lot of fans who are bandwagon fans who are just with you because you hot. But I feel like you have, when I even look at some of your engagement, these people aren't just commenting fire. They're like, no, this is fucking hard. Like they're like,
no, they're having conversations.
It's different.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I think that moment will happen for you, like in good time. And it's like, it's not like you're going to stop. You're too knee deep in this. Anyway, but
especially if you trust in the process like that.
Anyway.
Yeah, because once you get it, it's like,
it's like you build it, like you said, you're building a strong core fan base.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have that. Like, those are people that last. The ones that have a core fan base, people have like bandwagon fan bases.
Yeah,
like they're into a moment until you done. But you got people that can tour right now. That's people that we never heard of.
For
people
sure,
that can tour right now that we never heard of because they put in the work and they grinded and they networked so crazy to the point where they built their own fan base to the point they're loyal. They got a loyal core fan base.
100%.
So I'd rather have that anyways. But I do, you know what I'm saying? Like I did question like that a little bit. I do sometimes, but I just be wondering.
Yeah.
Because I be wanting to know the ins and outs of everything, you know, and how the numbers and everything work.
The market is weird too, bro, because like when you're an artist and you make things, and we all know this from making music, it's like you think this is the hit, but then the people decide it's not.
It's like, damn.
You know what I mean? Or like you think something's a throwaway, but everyone goes insane.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's one of those things where like people who are songwriters, they try to manipulate that, they try to manipulate the viral ability. And sometimes you can, but a lot of times it's just the market is so wild. You know, it moves too fast and it's too many different types of things happening. And then it's like you catch a moment. And if you snap into that moment at the perfect time, that's where you kind of get it. But it's like it's catching lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
you know,
gotta take advantage of the windows
for sure.
Every time
Yeah.
You gotta take advantage of windows.
For sure.
And I think Clooner's doing a really good job with just the Lions and everything. I had to post, but he's doing a really good job of capitalizing on the Lions' success. Because I feel like, you know, Ian, you know, G-Mac Cash, we like keeps all these people are doing a great job of, you know, not using that because it seems like they're all like fans, not like us who kind of chimed in and rode the wave. But that's another example of like seeing that moment and like kind of just basking in it and chilling in it. Because it's these little things that come in, you know, back and forth, even with Shakara Richardson with the track stuff. And it was rappers using, you know, you gotta, you know, find it because it changes every single day.
Right.
You know, it's like stock.
Well, it's like culture hacking, but we can get into that later. Anyway.
It's all, and just on the side note, it's all love, but a lot of people still in G-Mac Cash way for real. With the rapping, I've seen different people rap like doing the Lions shit.
Yeah.
With the rapping about the Lions success and shit like that, or like rapping with current event. I've seen 3 different people do that. I ain't gonna say their name.
Say their name and their home address.
That Cash. I mean,
he did start that.
For real.
He did start that. Yeah.
I just hope people give him.
Oh yeah, because usually, I mean, even like everybody like that, it's like he gets mentioned. Because even when I was like posting Clooner, he was like me and him, like me and G-Mac Cash, like we're like it's like G-Mac Cash. I feel like everyone who's inspired by him is, and not to say it was, you know, that's the one I know. I feel like everyone who was inspired by him, I hope that because he has fans that it's all love over there. So it seems like the people that he attracts, I hope that they would give him his flowers because it's the people who he attracts who does, you know, end up being inspired by him. They pretty much just like take it completely.
I mean, we could talk about G-Mac for a second, but G-Mac is always ahead of the curve and he's so himself and he's hyper talented.
He always working.
And he found the comedy wave, which is a double-edged sword for him, in my opinion, because he is a dope ass rapper. He has a whole project up that's like no jokes. It's like real
like no jokes
or whatever. He can really rap, but G-Mac's
take the good with the bad.
Yeah. You know, but that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, he's good at culture hacking, and then people will take what he does successfully and go. But we don't have to, you know.
But yeah, back to what was that with it? So yeah, I dropped what I was there. I had a feeling about it anyway. So and it did what it was doing, you know.
Right. This is pre-Sada Baby on it. This is
pre-Sada Baby. Right, that's when I dropped it without Sada Baby on there. And then I said, all right, well now I'm talking to my team. I'm like, it's the one. We gotta get this going everywhere and anywhere. I would put in so much where I was really out here for that. I took it back to where niggas was handing out CDs and shit. I was tapping in with every DJ. I'm at the club buying DJs drinks and play this, woo, play this. Yeah, I got you and buying food and shit. I was really out here pushing that record for real.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I pushed it and I spent my money into it, you know, my money and time, and it did what it did until it hit the ceiling, you know, and I'm like, okay, now we're ready to do something else too.
Yeah.
I had a few people that I was gonna put on there, you know, and then like before Sada Baby even came to mind, I was already putting somebody else on there. I had a couple names. GT actually hit me up to be on there. Sent it to him. He kind of didn't give it back to me in time. I had somebody talking to Pac-Man. Pac-Man said he was gonna hop on there. He kind of didn't give it back to me in time, so I was like, well, the opportunity presented itself to the point where like Vez was like, oh, what do you like? What's next for you? What you need to do? What you got? What you want? And he kind of just randomly, just I don't know, every now and then just hit me and be like, what's up? What you need? Anything? What you need? Like, what's up? And it was just one of the times where he hit me like, what you need? Like, what you need next? Like, what you got? What can I do for you? And then I was like, well, I got this record and it's going crazy, but I need to turn up even more. So I want to put somebody on there. He was like, who you thinking? I'm like, Sada. He's like, oh yeah, that's easy. You know, Sada is cousin, so he's like, Sada, that's my cousin. That's easy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so he ended up calling Sada. Sada, him and Sada talked and shit, and then they end up putting the whole thing together. So,
Wow.
and then Sada hopped on there, and Sada was real. He fell in love with the track. Like he loved it so much. He was like, I sent it to him. He rapped on it, and he hit me back. He was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this shit not long enough. You didn't do long enough verse." He said, "I need you to stretch this shit out and let me rap longer, bro." Like he literally said that. I'm like, okay. So I ended up stretching it. He let him go longer, and I took and that was with the third verse. So I ended up taking my third verse off of it.
Wow.
And just letting him, have
that makes
sense. I didn't want
sense.
the song to be too long. So I took my third verse off there and let him just have it. Had a whole back end of it. So he did that and it worked out perfectly fine. And then he was like, yeah, we gotta shoot this video. So he was real engaged into it and we shot the video. Classic ass video.
Man.
Classic, man. And then it did what it did. Like what it's sitting at like 170,000.
Yeah.
That video is crazy. Y'all energy in that video is crazy, bro.
So that record is like that record just growing.
Mhm.
It did. And like so that he ended up asking me to go on tour in the midst of all this. Go on tour, I'm gonna go on tour with him. And so the tour was amazing. I kind of in going into it, I just told myself like, I'm not gonna pressure. It's no pressure for real. I just wanna. Only thing I want to take off this tour is just knowledge. Learn.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. I just want to learn from the tour and and come back with like something that I didn't have when I left on the tour.
Yeah.
So whether that was 50 followers or knowledge
Mm.
of how the fuck this shit go. So it worked out way like better than my expectations. And I was also kind of like I was just curious on how I would be accepted outside of Detroit,
Mhm.
Because it's one thing when I was doing that shit here, and then I know, everybody don't get down with the same,
Yeah.
down. So it's like I was like, oh shit, how the fuck is they gonna react? They're gonna react to me on stage, taking my clothes off, jumping around, flipping, doing what I'm doing.
Throwing cereal at him.
Yeah.
They might fuck around, get the throwing shit at me, throwing tomatoes and cherries at me. I'm like, but fuck it.
Set tomatoes and chairs.
They do. They do. That'd be great for me. So fuck it. That's how I be thinking. But,
Those. Yeah.
man, the first show, it was just like the energy was crazy.
Where was the first stop?
Ohio.
Ohio. Okay.
Mhm. Makes
It
sense.
was crazy. People knew the song.
Damn.
It made me feel okay. Yeah, let's do this.
So is this sort of the first, obviously on tour, but like performing in front of sort of strangers that know shit like word for word? Is this sort of like an amplified version of that, or is it like, you know what I mean?
Definitely. It was definitely that. I like when you said that, you mean like as a bigger stage?
Yeah, just like, because it's like when you're performing here, right, or you're performing in front of crowds and your job is to convert them into fans, as opposed to you coming into a place and they already
Right, from crowd freak to that.
right. You know what I'm saying? It's from approving grounds.
What's crazy is that you say that. That's funny because that was the first time that I performed in front of people that already knew my shit. Like, and it was outside of my city.
That's crazy.
Right.
Wow.
That was kind of my question. That's kind of the question, right?
That's a crazy.
Because there is something to be said that, like, where people get more love outside of their city.
Like, to be fair, I kind of went on tour in the midst of this going viral.
Right, yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about that too.
I really didn't get a chance to perform it here.
Yeah.
In the midst of it going up, how it was going up.
Right.
So that's a part of it too.
Right.
So they probably would have showed you some love.
Yeah. So I still haven't performed here yet.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
damn.
I'm really curious on how.
Oh shit.
How it's gonna be.
Yeah, we'll see. So you dropped that video with him before you left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was like when it was doing what it was doing,
Right.
that's when we left. Like I haven't performed it. Well, right before I left, I performed it at the was that Cash Down?
You were there.
You talking about?
I wasn't there. You told me.
You told me. I think it was a Cash Down concert. Right before I left, I had a cash. I opened up for the Cash Down concert.
Oh, that's perfect.
And that was, and what's crazy is that was like my first time like being like one of the headliners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a reaction there.
Yeah.
It was rapping.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, but that's how it is with everywhere I was like, it was only like, it'd be like a corner of people that just know this shit.
Yeah.
And that was more than I ever. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know this shit word for word, especially out of town. It threw me off.
Yeah.
And in LA, it was really crazy.
Really? Yeah.
That's
LA, there was a lot of people in the crowd.
they love
That
our
was
shit
that.
over
It was like, no, when I walked on stage, I had like a hood on.
Yeah.
And when I walked on stage and I'd be doing my thing, I was rapping with it up. I took my hood off and it's like, oh,
oh,
yeah, it's the what they say, what I say at the beginning of that shit, dog? I said,
about the beginning of
the beginning of What's Your Zodiac, bro. What the fuck I said?
I don't remember.
I don't
I'm
remember.
not gonna lie.
I got a brain fart, bro.
Yeah, that's okay.
when you make so many songs, it do get hard to remember.
Damn, I
shit,
said
to be
I
honest.
was just listening to all your shit too.
Man, that shit going
You have to play the video a
fucked
couple
up.
times this morning.
Yeah.
That shit going
Now,
You might as well, play
Now
that.
with LA, yeah, do that.
because they was screaming that part.
Yeah.
They was screaming that part like oh, grab your ankle. Grab your ankle. I'm like, oh shit. They're like, yeah. I'm like, that's all right. That's all right.
So was
Hell
LA,
yeah.
where was LA in the tour? Like how many stops or like percentage through?
Yeah, that's a
on
big
the other
step.
side. It was on the other side of the tour.
So like
It was
back half.
end.
Do you think that when you drop it and then as you're touring, right? Like the impact of you touring while this song is going, because the tour is almost like you're pushing the single as
it's even more.
as like a side quest for the tour, right? It's like it's you're on tour with intention. You have the song,
Definitely was still helping.
Mm.
It definitely was still helping pushing it.
right?
And
Right,
another reason because it's Sada Baby last song he dropped on his page.
right, for sure.
So every time he performed it, any stage he becomes relevant in that state.
Right,
So
right.
they looking him up, whether they looking him up now. After he performed, or they was looking up before he become there because he was coming there.
Right.
The first thing they see is my video.
You're right.
So yeah, it was definitely the tour definitely helped.
Yeah, I want to point
That's
out.
love.
I want to point out like the tactics of that because a lot of people haphazardly do things, but like if you have even a remote like strategy with shit, it's like if you know you're going on tour and you have a song with him and you drop it because you could have dropped it after the tour, but it wouldn't have.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But okay, so now you're in Cali on a tour. Okay, and then you're back, I guess.
Yeah, like nah, people know my shit was like that shit was crazy to me. So then, yeah, the tour was just amazing. I ain't gonna lie, the energy was there. Like I felt good.
Yeah.
In every performance, I felt good. I ain't gonna lie. So and it just taught me because a lot of people be like, yeah, well, like what did it like? Did it made you feel like that this meant for you? I already know that.
Yeah.
If I didn't, I wouldn't even made it this far. I know it's just shit meant for me. It's like I ain't looking for validation at this point. I'm looking for just like tactics, like moves and shit, like the shit where people go wrong at this point.
Right, for sure. Yeah, because it's levels for sure.
They made it to this point, and then they did this or did that, so I can avoid all the
for sure.
Right, yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for, but.
Trying to keep it, trying to maintain. I feel that, and then obviously scale.
Keep elevating. Be around people who are farther than you.
Yeah, because you know about changing your environment. That's one of the biggest things. I remember you said you had to move to Texas for. However, you just needed that at that time, whatever it did for you at that time. But it seemed like you're very proactive with shit like that because you got ahead of that. You was like, oh, I need to leave, and then you said I need to come back. Like that's how do you kind of. Because I know you have people in your circle, like everyone does, who probably be telling you what they think. How do you keep that? Like, because it seems like you just kind of know where you're going and you're convicted that this is the right choice. Like, how do you stay convicted when other people are, give you that noise?
When you say other people, are we talking about the regular people? Or are we talking about the people that actually did this shit before?
Let's talk about regular
people. I got two people in my ear.
Yeah.
You know, some people like give the benefit of the doubt, and some people I'll just be like,
hell no.
Yeah. Sparta kick into the pit.
Yeah.
until you ain't never until you ain't never chased 100 million in your life.
Bro, you ain't never threw no cereal about nobody, bro.
Until you've been working at the same job for 30 years,
Yeah.
you don't know nothing. So that's
Yeah.
if it's people like that, the people that kind of gave up when they dreamed years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me.
Right.
We don't even think the same, and we don't have the same courage or heart.
For sure. I have a phrase that I
Courage,
incorporated into my life where it was like, I only take advice from someone who has been through what I've been through or is pursuing something that I'm pursuing. Because beyond that, it's useless information. What's astounding to me is that as soon as you do something, right, everyone around you who's never done that somehow has all the information. You ever notice that? Isn't that astounding?
Man, if I was you,
But
if
for me,
I was
though,
you, I wouldn't do that, bro.
Yeah.
But what you gotta do is this: you gotta do. You gotta drop out 4-5 songs.
Yeah, right.
Then when you drop them 4-5 songs, you drop 10 more songs. And then when you drop them 10 more songs, then you just keep pushing. You pushing and you pushing.
Right.
And then you go perform them songs. And then, bro.
It's like, bro, why haven't you done this?
Go do it, bro.
Oh, because I just gotta, and it's just like,
I had a fed kick. I'm on a fed kick. You know what I mean? Bro, man, I had kids. Like, bro, everybody come, they could have did it.
right.
But they I had to go do this, I had to do that. But I'm gonna give you the source.
Right.
My nigga.
that ain't sauce.
So there is something to be said about the question that is even asked, right? Because you made that line. It's like, is it the regular people? Because you basically just answered that. It's like, you don't know anything.
So it's easy. So basically you're saying it's easy to not listen to those people, obviously. So for the people, because I know there's probably some people who are either pursuing a similar or who have kind of been in the place you're at and sometimes might, say, do this. It might be something you might not want to do or, vice versa. How is it when it's, maybe someone you look up to or someone, even if you just care about their opinion a lot?
Yeah, I respect them. But you can't get lost. You can't get lost in somebody else's journey, Like you gotta take it. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like you gotta be able to take advice and not have it alter everything you got going on. It's okay to take pieces of advice from people,
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of move. Like when somebody that I know he know what he's talking about, and he might say, because how many people I had tell me,
Oh yeah,
you don't gotta do that, bro.
Yeah.
You don't gotta do that, bro. You don't gotta take your clothes off on stage, bro. You can my nigga rap, bro. You can rap, bro. Rap. We're circles around these niggas, man. You got it. Fuck that other shit you doing, bro. And I just laugh. I was like,
okay.
That shit got me 1,000 followers, bro. Sure.
That's just me, bro. Like niggas don't know that though. Like I just laugh at that type of shit because niggas don't know that's just me, bro.
They think you're doing that for somebody else.
Yeah, they might think I'm just doing it for the fans or I'm just doing it for the clout or just to gain old. That's me. I wouldn't feel right if I was on that bitch rapping in front of people and just not running around acting a fool. I wouldn't feel right. I would be up there looking crazy and I wouldn't love this shit. So it's just me, So certain shit I was like, I can't change. That's me. That's just me doing me. But they don't understand it. But I get what they saying. That's what worked for them. And that's why I said, even advice like that. Somebody told me that like that before. And he's like, and part of what he said was like, yeah, just don't get caught up in the gimmicks. Don't get too gimmicky with this shit.
Right. I like that.
And I'm not gonna listen to the part where he said stop doing that shit. Stop doing all that. But I took the part where he said don't get too gimmicky.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I could take that and use that.
For sure. There is a line. There's definitely a line.
That. I like that. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes, because I can't get gimmicky with this shit.
Yeah.
Especially with all the shit I'm doing.
Yeah.
It could turn into that.
Right.
So I gotta be careful with that. So I like that advice. Like I said. So it's ways of taking people advice, and piecing it together.
Yeah, I like that. And it seems like just the biggest theme with your journey has been betting on yourself. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today. And it sounds like when it comes to like you said, who are you listening to, right? The regular people or the other people. So The reason I bring that up is because I want to talk about the difference between betting on yourself and BSing. So a lot of those people would probably tell you that, oh, we doing the same thing. I'm betting on myself. I'm trying to do this too. What's the difference between someone, in your shoes who's actually been betting on themselves, like you're saying, you're actually spending bread, like you're quote unquote giving away money to invest in your career. And what's the other side of it? What does it look like for someone who claims they, want some of these outcomes that you've been getting, but they're not doing those things? So what's the difference between the two? Betting on yourself and BSing.
This what a BSing person look like. They put in a lot of time. They put in a lot of time, minimum effort, and no risk.
Damn.
That's what BSing person put into. Like, so it's like I've been around a lot of these people. Like, they might drop 3 songs a week. So they working.
Yeah.
It look like they're working. They might drop, and with those songs, they might be dropping 2 videos to each of them songs. So they dropping like crazy.
Right.
They in the studio every night, rapping. They probably rapping more than the average person. They rap. And they got all these songs. They probably got like 100 songs in the vault. To them, they working. They putting in the work.
Yeah.
But, okay, you drop the song. And instead of going to the next, instead of, if you ask those type of people, okay, you drop those songs, like, okay, what have you done to make those songs do anything other than just be out and for people to listen to? Have you spent the money? Like, have you people like that to say, yeah, I've been working. I had to work or whatever. I'm like, when the last time you like took your check and just spent it all on music? Took your whole check and just spent it all. Well, I got bills to pay. Okay, the person like that don't, your mindset, you already lost.
Yeah.
You're behind. You 3 steps behind. Because the person that really give a fuck about this shit and really ready to, that really believe in themselves, they don't give a fuck. Look, I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend this shit right here, and then I'm about to go make this other shit happen as far as the bills and other shit. We gonna make this something shake, you feel me?
Yeah.
But that's taking the risk. And every time it look crazy. It sound crazy.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you not pay your bills?
But
that's what it takes. It really take being delusional. It really take, outrageous shit like that. Like, just doing that, going against what somebody might feel that the best way to go about life, the safest way to go about life, and that's what it feel like even right now. Bro, I just spent my last on music so many times.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel nothing to it. I don't feel nothing of it. So a person that's like, and it's not more about, and it ain't just about money. It's about, okay, how many shows have you done? So how many shows have you done, like, as far as showcases? And it's 1 million showcases going on every week.
Right.
Yeah.
How many have you done? How many have you lost? Even if you don't win them, how many have you lost? You got to lose a certain amount of them, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And then some people say, well, I don't got the time, or that's just not my style or my cup of tea. What is it? Okay, you went to the club. How many DJs have you talked to? Like, they doing the minimum. Just to say they
and expecting the maximum.
Yeah.
And then being mad when they're not getting that
and that's
much.
what everybody doing.
Yeah.
That's what that's what 75% people doing. They're not doing the extra steps or making a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice time, family, friends, money. You got to sacrifice a lot of shit that's going to look crazy. Like, but that's going to work out in the future if you want this. It's not no regular shit. You can't treat it like no regular shit. The minute you do, you lost. You lost every single time, even now, like, I'm still sacrificing, bro. Like, I'm still sacrificing. Like, people won't believe I work a job right now. Everybody in there know who I am.
Bro.
That's big.
Literally, everybody in there know who I am.
Just got off tour with Sada Baby. Come back to a job.
You have to work with Pac-Man because he was still working at the post office after that one took off. Yeah. Y'all, man, because that work, bro.
And it's crazy, like that right there, though. And the reason I got that because I got a son, so it's just certain things I stand on. This music shit, people don't, and that's another one. People quit. I had plenty of people around me doing this music shit, thinking, oh well, I got I did this 10,000 views. Yeah, I still ain't seeing no money, bro. You never gonna see no money for a long time.
Yeah.
10,000 just a stepping stone.
Damn near literally, bro.
You never gonna see no
10
money for a
years.
long time, bro.
Yeah.
Like you got those special people that just happen to have those moments that blow.
Right.
But those are 5% of the fucking
Not even
15% of the people that work 10 years.
Yeah.
Trying to until they see some real money in this shit. Don't happen.
And people not willing to go through that period.
They're not willing to do that. You gotta be broke for a long time in this shit before you see some and put in a lot of work with no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of it.
Yeah.
People ain't willing to do that shit. That shit is stressful, and that shit almost don't even be making sense at times.
Oh yeah.
You be putting in all this work, you be doing all this, you be putting money, you put money aside. Like I'd have had to cut money, not take money, you know what I'm saying? Or say no to money for that. That's not making me money, but I know that's gonna pay off way better than that's gonna pay off, you know?
Yeah.
Patience and belief. You gotta believe in this shit 110%. Cause this is an analogy I always use. If they gave you a moment to go in the future, right? And you seen the way this shit panned out, and it panned out for you, it worked out for you. You was a millionaire, taking care of your family, and you was good. But you come back to your regular self, and they say, to get that, all you gotta do is just keep working, and it's gonna pay off for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Niggas not gonna stop.
Yeah,
you're not gonna stop. It's never gonna be a
Force
moment where it's gonna be like fucking chicken can fall out the sky. You gonna be like, hey man, that don't got nothing to do with me.
Right. Tunnel vision. I like
you
that.
Gonna be on this so bad because you already know the outcome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's how you gotta think with this shit.
You have to know the outcome.
You gotta know the outcome.
Assume the outcome.
Yeah.
I know the outcome.
Yeah.
That's how I move. That's how I go about this shit. When shit don't work out, I be like, oh well, that's a part of the process. I know the outcome. They ain't like I'm like, you know?
Yeah. That's huge.
That's what niggas gotta think.
That's
niggas,
huge.
but was the minute something go wrong, motherfuckers like, man,
this
ain't for me, bro. Life kicking my ass, bro. I gotta take care
I
of
just said
kids,
that.
my job, bro. You know, man. Real life shit happening, bro. Life don't stop. Yeah, it don't. But shit, you gotta be delusional.
Yeah.
You know?
Until it's facts. Until you
become reality.
Yeah. And it's cool having this conversation because it's like I was a person that didn't quit. But I mean, Rose, you got to see me kind of from start to moving from just recording with my dad to being able to record with you. Yeah. And you saw me trying shit out. Like for like 2 or 3 years, I tried shit out without paying. And then I paid a little bit and I had bread to pay a little bit. And I was like, okay, I kind of took my assessment. I'm like, this takes bread and this takes more bread than I have right now. So I was making, and I was also making music for other people. I wasn't making music for me too. I was trying to appeal to the audience that will never, like, trying to force feed my shit down someone throat who never gonna fuck with it. Right. So now I had to go find my lane, which was sales, making money online, shit like that, and come back with the bread and try it again. So I'm in the process of doing what you did, rebranding myself now as, okay, I like pop music, I like R&B, so let me do that shit and stop trying to. I love rapping. Is battle rap is what I grew up on, but it's like I love listening to pop. I love melodies. I love that shit. And now I'm about to come that way. And for you with that rebrand and you betting on yourself and like saying I'm gonna go deeper into this, I wanted to get into how to do that when you are providing, because I know that's something both you guys you deal with on the level with kids. I mean, I have a fiance, but it's like I don't got no kids. Like for y'all, how does that come into play? And how do you stay? Because a lot of people use their kids as an excuse. Like, oh, I can't. I got kids. I can't. Because I even say that. Like, if I had kids, this would have to all stop. But how do you guys not think that way?
I think it'll be. I think different from everybody else. Like people was telling me that, like, because I know when your son born, you gotta go hard right now. Because when your son born, you ain't gonna be able to really be doing this shit for real, huh? I just be looking at him like,
how? Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
And it goes back to, like I said, you gotta know this shit is 110%. So I already convinced myself that this is what's gonna feed my whole family. This is what it's gonna be. So for me to give up on it would be some selfish shit for me. And then I would be looking crazy because now it's like, all right, now what the fuck I'm gonna do for little bro? What the fuck I'm gonna do for little dog? Like, what I'm gonna do for him now if I quit? So Oh, I go harder. I went hard. Like
Yeah.
That's
now,
amazing.
now it's time to pick it up and do this shit even harder, go harder. So that's how I look at it. I don't look at it like, you know, and then that's the thing too. Another thing too is knowing that people not gonna see it the way you see it. Your vision,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta, you know, this shit gonna pay out. But motherfucker might be like, bro, like your girl and everybody might be on your ass, bro. You got a kid, you gotta come.
Mhm.
You know, they go nag and keep and be on your ass. But at the end of the day, guess what? When that check come,
Mhm.
who the fuck gonna say anything to you about what you was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna remember none of that. Nobody's gonna say when that 100 million come, is anybody gonna be like, man, no, you remember when you ain't come home to take care of little Junior? You know,
Should have been at Amazon.
Yeah, like
Check's nice, but
you know,
Yeah.
you remember when you they gonna be smiling ear for ear.
yeah.
Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. I knew you was gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
That's,
shit.
and that's all that's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I take a moral stance on that, honestly, where
I like your stance on that.
my stance on that is if I give up on myself, that teaches my children that it's acceptable to give up on themselves, that their dreams are not worth chasing, that who you are actually is not valuable, that society can dictate who you are. And so for me, I want my daughters to say, what I would rather my daughters say, my dad is pushing and he's giving it his all and he's doing it, even if I'm not successful, as opposed to being like, my dad used to own a studio, but now he's this. My dad did, you know what I mean? Like, and that's because to me, like, you know, like my father was a filmmaker, right? Like, and he was good. Like, this is sort of where I get a lot of, I think genetically, I get a lot of my creativity from my father. But my father made the other choice. He took, you know, he took a safer route. I won't get super into that on this, but he took a safer route. Now he's a college professor that teaches film. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But to me, and he went out and he did shit. There were things that he should have done. He went hard, but he didn't go as hard as he could have. You know, you know what I'm saying? He was like, from my estimation though, I'm not trying to drag him through the mud or whatever, but he tapped out. And I understand why he tapped out, because this shit is hard. I have a phrase with this game, bro, where it's like, when you think it takes everything, it'll reach deeper into your pockets and take the shit you didn't even know you had.
Bro, facts.
Really?
Facts,
like it'll take, you know, so with kids, and then the practical element of kids is, you know, when you have kids, you find out how much time you were wasting. Because it's not that people don't have time. It's that they fill the time that they have with bullshit. Complete bullshit. So what you do is you eliminate the bullshit. In the same way that people say, I don't have enough money. It's like, no, you budget because you're spending too much. It's like, you have the money, you're just bullshit. Like facts. So it's like, you can find time. You can find money. I think I showed you that this sales tactic that I used that I got from Alex Hormozy. Let me not call it a sales tactic, because it's like it's not really a sales tactic. It's just a transparent thing I use with clients. But like at the beginning of like when I was selling personal training or just selling anything high ticket, that's also like a self-help type of thing. Yeah. I'll do this thing called Faster, where I was like, okay, I got FASTER. F is for fast food, A is for this, A is for that, I think A is for alcohol, S is for snacks. And this is about things they're spending money on, tobacco, weed, shit like that. Yeah. And I would, at the beginning of the call, before I even talk about any price, and I'm going, okay, this person that's probably told me, yeah, I'm broke, I'm just, jumping on this for fun. Okay, cool. I find $550 that they tell me that they should not have been spending, on average. Or it was like an average from $500 to $1,000 a month that people are spending. And they're telling me before this call, I think this was also when I was doing credit repair. They're telling me that, oh, I'm broke. I'm check to check. I don't got nothing for you. If you got something, cool. And then I'm like, okay. And they're pulling out wallets and shit. Like it's crazy how, and I had to take inventory of myself. Like shit that adds up. Them Target trips, like stopping and getting the snacks, the Henny, all that shit, the weed, everything, like that shit adds up. And you could be spending that because you was spending that on your music. And what you talked about where people are spending their time in bad places, wasting their time. He even tried to make it easy for them. Okay, you be at the club already. What DJ are you talking to? You at the club and it's easy. House, it's work over there. It's bread over there. It's a nigga over there who could who could start the change of your life. So I think it's crazy how your head, Rose had told me a little bit about you, but I could tell by even how you said you had a good head on your shoulders, but just seeing how you navigate life with, do you have mentors, or is it like, where is this coming from? Or is it like just upbringing? Like, where is this
you know, because it's the thing that I learned from mentors. I was just a loose cannon. I was just kind of going until I found where I'm okay, now I'm on a, every day I wake up, I'm doing nothing but business, only shit to get better. But it took me a minute to get, how did you kind of get to this mindset?
That's two parts. Um, I was blessed with this mindset. I was blessed with two things when it comes to that question. I was blessed with two things. I feel like the mindset I had. Me and Rose was kind of talking about this yesterday. I feel like I was blessed with the mindset that I had because you can just like you can put two people in the household, right? And they can be raised the same exact way. And you can have two kids that just they both raised the same way. So one kid looking up to the next kid is acting out, he just take off the helmet. They both acting out.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you have a kid acting out and another kid, he's seeing him act out, but instead of mimicking it, he says, "Oh, that's not what to do." For whatever reason, I had that type of mindset.
Okay.
And it was never like really taught to me. I just knew right from wrong. I don't know. I just knew right from wrong. And I was like, that's not really. And I was doing wrong too at the time. But for whatever reason, I didn't want to continue that path. I wanted to find something better to do. So, and then the wisdom that like I have, like I just think differently and I'm not afraid for whatever reason. And it's a mindset that I feel like I don't even know if it wasn't taught to me. I don't think it was taught to me. I just feel like I was
for watching. So I mean, do you have noble people in your life like this who think like this? Like, I mean, your role models?
That's why I said it's two parts. So like, so like a part of it, that's why I said when I was younger,
you're right.
I kind of like just credited me just being blessed that I just wanted better for myself. Because everything else was around me was just wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I could easily just fit into that.
When you say wrong, what that look like?
Like my brother acting out, getting kicked out of school. He never finished school, just getting kicked out, fighting and going crazy. My dad wasn't around for real. He went to jail. And after that, he was just like not in my life for real like that. And my mom was on drugs. So I had no role model to look up to or nothing to like, everybody was doing their own thing. I didn't even have like, everybody was doing their own thing. I didn't have nobody to look up to. I just only had the wrong ways of looking at shit. Seeing people, I seen people rob and steal and people dying and people, doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I just, and like I said, even in high school, I kind of started stirring off until like I was skipping school, doing dumb shit. But for whatever reason, I just didn't want that. I moved with my cousins that lived out in the burbs. Will Smith type shit. So, I moved out there and that shit changed my life, And that's when I ended up I was blessed with role models. My auntie and uncle, which is really my cousin, but I call them my auntie and uncle. They married over 15 plus years, and they taught me morals and responsibilities and accountability and all that. They taught me all that, and they made me stand on business. So being able to do that, you know what I'm saying? Having that role model and shit, that made me a better man, and made me ambitious and everything. So boom. And then I was just blessed. From there on out, I was just blessed with people with good head on their shoulder, like mentors, like my older cousin, that's my manager at this right now. He just has a different mindset. He's not, and like I said, I got two groups of this shit. So I got niggas that'll tell you to do some dumbass shit.
Yeah.
And really be like, nigga, you gotta stay in your business.
Yeah.
Not standing on business, doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you gotta crash out when it's time to crash out. And I got niggas that be like, nigga, you are a superstar. You better not ever crash out.
Yeah.
Right. You got something.
For sure.
You are put on this earth for a deeper purpose.
Right.
So I got both sides of it, and I was blessed to have that shit though, that voice to be like, bro, you don't be on that. Like even when I go talk to them for advice, I really watch people give people bold advice all the time. Like,
especially go to the barbershop. It's just oh my God, bro.
So they better do what? And then, but when I go to my people's for advice, my team and all them, like even Rose is a part of that. I go to all these people for advice, the people that's older than me, and that already then kind of been through it or know something about it, they give me the best advice.
Yeah.
Like even now, like with the shit I was going through, bro. Man, I had talked to Rose and another person that I was talking to. That's one of my bigger homies. You feel me? And I I didn't expect the advice they gave me at all. Expect like Rose. So more he, that's kind of his what he do. But him, but the advice he gave me was like so. I didn't think he was gonna say that.
Right.
Cause I'm venting to him like, man, like nigga, these man motherfuckers got me fucked up, bro. Like I and this and that. And he flipped the script on me like, look, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't be on that. Like it ain't worth it. Trust me, I done been there, I done done that. Don't get that. You feel me? That energy.
Yeah.
You gotta, and I'm like, and it made me think, and I'm like, okay. And it really made me feel I said, bro, I'm so glad I got people like you around, bro.
Yeah.
Because another nigga was just been like, yeah, bro, you right, nigga. Fuck them niggas.
Kill them all.
Come on, let's ride. Let's ride.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm so glad that I got those people around me that's level-headed. They got a deeper purpose. They ain't trying to crash out about shit all the time. They know it's another route to take, a better route to take, in a different way of thinking and shit. And perspective is real, taking everything into perspectives.
And I want to touch on, before we move on to networking and kind of close out, I want to touch on what you said about when you moved out to the suburbs that changed your life. Obviously, there were things that happened out there, but there's a thing to be said about people who start, like they get their motion in Detroit and then leave. It's like, oh, you're taking it away, you're leaving. But it's like people, there is a thing in the city that everyone always feels like you're responsible for them. Like they feel like you're responsible for taking them to the promised land and all that shit. And if you leave, you're deserting them, you're abandoning them. But I really, really want to touch on how you said that you left the city for a minute, and you was in which suburb, you mind me asking? Farmington. I stayed in Farmington for a minute. I had ended up going out to Utica after. Well, in high, my mom took us to this. She got us in the suburbs pretty early. After somebody broke in, she was like, "Let's not do this." So she got us out there. So I kind of been. That's why I talk the way I talk. I've been out there since 15, 14. Yeah. But before then, it was Dexter and Gladstone, and then moving out of that, I feel like that gives you, even if you don't have anything to lose, moving to the suburbs, it showed you that for people with nothing to lose, it shows you that there's shit that you want to get to lose. Like because you're in the house where, everything works. There's not like, that one sink everything works in the fucking house. Yeah. You got heat, you got centralized air. It's people who are walking their dogs. Everyone's happy. It's a different vibe, because I think we went to Utica. It was Allen Hall. And I had lived in the city. I wasn't just coming straight from the city, but just when you're out in this area where it's like, it's a different vibe. Everyone is like on their own shit, trying to like get shit on their own, but it's like you start in that environment where everyone's trying to take, or it's like people need it. It's weird. So talk about how you, before we move on to networking, how you went from that, how it went from the city, and then the difference between being in the city and then being out in Farmington. Because I know it's a whole different vibe. It's a completely different culture, even though it's in Michigan.
Yeah. I never really thought of it when I made that joke. I said Will Smith. Because I definitely, bro, when I went to the birds, bro, I definitely was like a class clown, and I took everything with me. Yeah. I was thugging out there. Take the hood out.
They felt the city out there.
Take the hood out of me. I was mad.
Hell yeah.
No, I was not, but it's a different vibe for sure. Like you said, it show you it's more to life, than just being around, running around the streets and like I said, one thing about it, like I'm not gonna lie, like I never was a follower, bro. Mm-hmm. Never in my life. So even when I was watching like all this shit go down, like because I went out there for 3 years. It was during my high school. Like my freshman year, I went to Mumford. Mm-hmm. But like even at Mumford, even though I was like I stopped going to class and shit like that, I used to watch these niggas be just act wild.
Bullshit.
I used to actually watch these niggas act wild, and I'd be like, and what's crazy is I was a cool nigga, so I ain't have to worry about nothing. I'm walking around that bitch untouched. Nigga try me, and niggas beat the fuck out of him. Like, God damn. A cool, funny nigga, everybody fucked with me like heavy. So it was like I was around that bitch. I ain't had no worries at all. But niggas was wilding. Like, bro, and I was just like, I used to be the nigga that walk around just like looking at the shit like, bro,
This is interesting.
That was a school that beat up the principal, right? I don't know if that was your year or not, but I remember while I was in high school, they beat up the principal.
Man, so much shit happened. I
I'm
seen
like,
so much
bro.
shit, bro. I seen a nigga hit a bitch with a lock.
Ooh,
Bust her over the head with a lock.
Damn.
Bah.
damn.
Like, bro, I went right in her shit.
That don't sound good.
Man, I seen so much shit. Like, whole
I thought the principal topped it. What the
gang
fuck?
fight, niggas throwing chairs, and I was like, bro,
Niggas was angry there.
man, that was the last year of like, cause that's when they remodeled it. But they had all the same old kids. So all the old kids in the new building, that shit still don't work. Gang.
Yeah.
So, they was still in that bitch wild and just doing
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, with a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
More shit to break.
With a brand new ass school, they was still in that bitch with the same kids though. That shit, that was wild. But they said they kicked everybody out, and then it was quiet as hell.
Yeah.
But that shit, but like okay. Even from education though. Let's start there.
Oh my
Like,
god.
when I went out to the burbs, they was talking about yoga and
Yeah.
Japanese and shit like that. And I'm like,
Yeah. Some
you
shit.
can take a yoga class? Like, what the fuck? Swimming and all that type of shit. And I'm like, bro, damn, I ain't have all that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of make you interested in shit that you never was really didn't give a fuck about in there, you know?
Or even knew
Shit
existed.
Yeah.
shit was new, you know. And, you know, you got titties and dicks drawn all over the books and
True.
in the school.
True.
So you know, you like, oh, you finna do that shit. That shit ain't nothing.
It's vanilla as hell.
That bitch hanging from the string. So like, it just made you want to engage more. Everything new, you know, everything good, you know. It just made you want to engage more and do more, you know, like with just being in a different, like, clean environment. So like, it wasn't more of the troubleness, because none of that shit really never fazed me. I was never, that shit never really caught my attention when people was doing all that extra shit. I never was the type to be like, oh yeah, I'm about to go around with them and go do this shit. I used to look at them niggas like, y'all niggas crazy. so like, me changing environments, I never really was like, it wasn't like a more of that. It was more of like motivation.
Yeah. Some people, need different things.
Then like them just, when I'm lollygagging it, because I never had like nobody to tell me some shit. Well, when I'm fucking up, I would just fuck up and then hope that shit just didn't fuck me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was fucking up. Like, I was running around damn near barely washing my ass. Shit, I'm a free kid. I'm in this bitch.
Bro,
I'm nothing. I don't got no responsibility on the niggas. Ain't. My grandma was watching the machine. Tell her she not chasing no fucking kid around. She too old. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So I'm out doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm
I
free.
feel it.
So when I go from that to, you know, motherfuckers on my ass, did you wash your ass today? Did you go?
You're like, damn.
Did you, bro, go comb your hair. Like, you know, I'm getting in trouble for not combing my hair. Like, real talk, I get in trouble for not combing my hair. I'm like, bro, it's my hair. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my hair. That's how I'm thinking. Until, like, you know, but shit, like my auntie, uncle, they held us accountable. Like, bro, that's not how we do it around here. You got a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You got accountability, like giving us chores, shit like that. My auntie made us read books.
Man,
bro, I hated that shit.
bro, I would have too, bro.
Like, I gotta read this, bro. What?
How many pages?
Man, no, you gotta read enough to do a fucking what's that called?
Book report.
Oh hell no! At the crib?
At the crib.
My mama did this in the summers too.
So she was like, and we would be on a game too long. She'd turn that shit off. All right, go to a book. You go a book. Read a book. Don't ever doing a game all day.
Yeah.
Man, that type of shit I took some getting used to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's what I mean by it. I was blessed, bro, to get an environment.
Yeah, I was wondering where so that came there. Wow.
You feel me? Accountability and responsibility. It gave me a whole different perspective and a different mindset, you know.
Man.
And it also, and even with my cousins and the way they is, like my cousin, the one that I was living with, I look at them like my brothers, you know. They like one of them in the NFL right now, and the other one is playing D1 football on his way to the NFL.
Okay.
It's like, bro, that shit, you know, that shit just made me feel like it just reminded me how important it is to have two parents in the household.
Yeah.
Just simple shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we preach that all the time on this pod.
Exactly. So, you know that.
Yeah.
That gives you a whole different type of advantage that other kids might not have.
Oh yeah.
It gives you a bigger advantage, and it's so important, bro.
I think it's the most
so
important.
Yeah,
and
because
I think it's
I don't-
underrated. I don't think people talk about it enough.
I don't think there
they
is
blame
anything-
moms too much.
I just, as a parent, like raising kids by yourself is impossible. It just is. Raising kids with two people is impossible.
Yeah.
Like flat out. Like, for real.
Kids are fucking
You
impossible.
know what I mean? It's like fuck. No, me personally, I think that two parents in the household is the most important thing. I can't think of anything more important
You
than
need
that.
to be stressed more for sure.
Yeah.
And that's coming
Taught in
from
school.
my parents divorced when I was 3. You know what I mean? So my mindset with keeping the family is I don't want that, because I know how, like, there's shit in me that will not be corrected that I have to carry with me. You know what I mean?
And I think that goes back to what we were talking about, I think on a couple episodes ago. You don't decide your future, your habits do. Right. And if you have one parent, it's going to be your habits that decide. And so you're watching their habits and you're going to watch what they do. But now you moved out there and they're having you do shit they were teaching you discipline. And it's like the biggest thing, I think that's the biggest thing to be successful as an entrepreneur, an artist, anyone, is that discipline that they're teaching you to do things that you don't want to do. Because that's really all they're teaching you, to do shit you don't want to do. So now you're able to, a lot of these things you want to do because you know the outcome and you know the goal. But I feel like that those habits are what produces, people like us, people who can go ahead and just, put 10 hours of work into this one thing that won't make me money for 10 years because you've gotten used to doing things that you don't really like. But when you're a kid and now you're just doing whatever you want forever and no one ever intervenes, why am I about to go? No, I'm about to go do what's easier, because you don't like that friction that comes from doing shit.
That's a natural thing. My daughter, literally, I picked her up from school and she screamed for 20 minutes on the way home because I didn't stop at 7-Eleven for a Slurpee. Screamed. But if that's not corrected the whole time, I was hanging. It was Baby Shark on 40.
Oh my God, bro.
Plus screaming.
Oh my God.
So with the windows down, no, but like, that's just, if that doesn't get corrected.
And you just say girls will be girls and you let her keep doing that forever, then she's going to be.
I told her, I kind of cut into her on some, I'm like, that's not, we don't cry about that. But because it's fake.
You're making yourself cry.
Yeah, because I think that
manipulate.
Yeah, I think that works on her mom.
Yeah.
But like me, no, I was like, we don't cry about Slurpees. Like
that's not
we don't cry about Slurpees. That's
Bro.
I'm like, that's not what we cry about.
Yeah,
like, are you hurt? Like what? Like did you fall down and scrape your knee because you didn't get whatever? But no, but it's like things in kids, right? If they don't get corrected, like you run around wild or whatever. You're blessed. No, but he was blessed that that it's like it's so easy. It's so easy as a kid. It's like if you see all this bullshit,
to just do it
because that's normal, right?
And it's fun as fuck.
Of course.
Why not?
So anyway, but
no, man. I just let it talk, bro. Because I had it from what Rosa told me. I kind of knew it would be a great talk, but I wanted to really wrap up with why when we can. I really want Rose to weigh on this too, because I don't think we've had a direct conversation about this. But for you first, Jungle, why do you believe that it's so hard for creatives specifically in the city or just in general to give each other flowers?
Creators,
like people who are, let's say, anyone in the creative field, so artists, videographers, like photographers, there's so much, everyone calls it competition.
Let's slice this down into like the culture of the Detroit rap scene, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you give a compliment, you're a dick sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Type shit. But it's like, and there's, I was just making posts on this yesterday. Like I made a post where I was like, everyone talks about like shit, we need to come together as a unit, as a city, and support each other, but people won't even hit the share button, put their shit on their story. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, so people just simply don't do that.
Or they'll spread negativity instead of spread, like, it's one thing that don't share, but now you're commenting negativity on this post and you're hoping that someone's gonna do the opposite for you. Right. It's like, but no, like, I don't know if you have seen that as much, but like, it just seems like, well, not seems like, at this point, that's what it is. Everyone's in competition. And, when we look at the scene, like the pop scenes and the other scenes, there's more collaboration. There's more, let's just, but everyone's feels like if they give you flowers, they're taking out of their own pot for some reason. That's the kind of what I've gotten. But for you, like, what have you noticed, or why do you think it's so hard for a creative, for an artist to give another artist their flowers? Or, where do you think that comes from?
I think that comes from just simply, I'm not used to that shit, so I really don't know for real. Like, I'm so used to just showing love and shining the light on people.
Yeah.
But also, I think people move in a way of if I'm not getting nothing in return, then what is it doing for me? You know,
Yeah.
Right.
a lot of people is like, what is that shit gonna do for me?
Yeah.
That's their mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and it works for some people. So it's like so, that shit works for some people being selfish, you know, but sometimes it's like it hurts the community too. It hurts like the culture, you know, sometimes. But for the most part, I feel like people and another thing I feel like people trying to the sell of it. Like you know, like they feel like they lose value
Yeah.
when they do that.
Because people gonna call my dick sucker.
Not even that. Everything is about the dollar now. So it's like, if everything about the dollar, why would I share your shit
Right.
free?
Right.
Man,
It's pay to
people
play.
are paying me to do this.
Right.
You know, so some people kind of like, I feel like the value of it, they feel like it tears down their value. You know, if I'm sharing everybody's shit, now what about the person that wanted to pay me for this shit?
Right.
You know, it kind of defeats the purpose. So
Right.
it's like, or if I'm showing you love, whatever, you know, like the showing love shit is kind of like, I get it. On
Yeah.
that part, because everybody don't deserve to be shown
Right.
love.
Right. Not that you should for everyone.
I
Right.
gotta want, honestly, I show love to the people that I like. I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta genuinely be a fan.
I like that better.
Yeah.
So I think that the mindset that you say most people have, where they look at it as, if I'm not getting anything out of it, why should I do it? If everybody just switch that, I feel like your platform will be worth more. So now when we see somebody posted on World Star, it's different. It's like, oh, this isn't paid promo. But now I feel like it actually does the opposite. When you're just gonna let anyone pay to play, no matter what, like when you're just only driven by money, it's like your platform doesn't mean much to me. Like there's a lot of pages that I was following that it's like, oh, this is only paid promotion. You know,
Right.
I'm not getting to know who owns this page at all. But
Right.
with us, I mean, you know, like we've been trying to it's the DMs are filling up and it's like we're trying to figure out how to do things. And it's like, I'm similar. I want to talk to people and sit down with people that, you know, I feel like we can have a good conversation. We saw the one dude, I don't know if that was just for clickbait, but they had the podcast and Bro Broke his watch and they was intimidating him and shit. And it's like, that's probably somebody you should have maybe, you know, but I know they paid him good, but
Yeah.
look at what happened. Your brand being tarnished. Now people talking about you, saying you a bitch and you soft. And it's like, I feel like you said, clients can be, you know, assholes and they can give you shit, or fans can give you problems, but you get to choose that.
Correct.
And I feel like people should switch that mentality. Because I was wondering, so it's coming from a place of, I'm not getting anything out of it, why do it? And it's like, if you're only driven by money, bro, I feel like life just gets so dark.
Let me give you the flip side of this stuff, because I understand why people. So there is something to be said about keeping your brand to the point of what your brand is.
Exclusive.
Right.
Because
that's why. Look at the sweater you're wearing. If everyone had that, it wouldn't be shit.
Exactly.
You know, so there is something to be said about retaining value through exclusivity.
Yeah.
Right. The other thing is, certain people you show love, and then they try to take love. Right. You give them a little bit, and they try to take your whole everything.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
I've had people where and I know you're going through that.
Man,
I'm just starting to go through that again, right? Because I'm getting motion back. But like, so it's like you give someone a little bit, and then they take. And like with Bank Bros, what I did was I would just cut them off. But now I'm going to start cutting into people and be like, I did this for you one time. I'm not doing this again. Fuck off.
Yeah, they start feeling obligated.
No, they feel entitled. So the thing is, so the way that I would do it would be, right, is like, and that's what I do, is if I genuinely like something, I'll put it in my story. There's a lot of shit I genuinely like, but if there's shit, like people hit my DM, like, and they're like, share this. And then I would literally text them and be like, I don't like your content. I don't like this.
Right.
No, I'll tell it
Doesn't
to them.
fit.
I'll tell it to them.
I got people that literally they got mad at me.
No, of course, but they're gonna get mad. But
because I don't share this shit.
But listen, if they're gonna get mad, they're not cut for this game. Right? Because what they really want, they want to be you, though. That's the problem, bro. It's like if it's like they think they're entitled to your position, and they think, this is how people think, and you know this. You know this too. They're like, if I get a song with Jungle, if I get shared on Jungle's platform, then I'm gonna be Jungle.
Right.
You know what I mean? No,
Right.
they really think that, but it doesn't
Yeah.
work that way because
No.
of everything that you did. You walk through your entire story, all of the shit, the dedication, the putting in the work, the 10 years before a rebrand that you don't even count, but it's still, to me, it's 10 years of work and intensive labor of it, and then learning. You know what I mean? It's like you didn't just, this wasn't just given to you by the grace of God. Like you were put in the worst position and came out strong and committed to it. And so it's like, so when someone comes up to you and you earn it and they're like, hey bro, share my shit, and you're like, no, and they're like, fuck you, then it's like, no, you could fuck right out, because those people are going to forever be poor and fucked up. Like they're, because of what you said, your mindset's wrong. And it's like, what's your thing? Main character energy. That's so fucking perfect, bro. You are the main character. These motherfuckers, they're like side characters. It's like, if you acknowledge, if you're trying to take, you're acknowledging that someone else is the main character, which puts you in a subservient position. Whereas, and the phrase that I use, which is similar, is get your own motion. No one can take your emotion if you're the motion, but people just try to take the motion. So that's the flip side. So I understand it's like an exclusivity element, right? And then it's also some people, like you said, they don't deserve to have the love shown. Or if you show love, they try to take more and more and more. And people will they're hyenas. They will take everything and leave you.
And they really think that they like, and when you don't, and then they start to manipulate. I think the biggest thing that people need to understand, and anyone who, is a big fan, and anyone who, is a starving artist as well, it's like, I hope everyone knows that if you didn't do that, so let's say you didn't do any of that 10 years of work and Sada Baby just saw you somewhere and you like, put me on shit. He's like, okay, fuck it. And like, you got to do a song and you did that and you got to do the tour. You wouldn't have as much motion right now, because if you didn't do all of that work, like Sada Baby isn't what did that. And I hope no one, of course people gonna say, oh, but I don't want anyone to think that Sada Baby is responsible for anything. Obviously he helped you and like that was a boost, but that doesn't happen if you don't do that work, because that traffic and that audience that came to your page, they wouldn't have had nothing to see. Like you built a community first. And I think that's what people need to focus on, building something so that if you have a talent, you need more eyes. And what you need to do is get more eyes onto the product. But before you put that 10 years of work, they would have been coming back to the first you before the rebrand, and they would have been like, oh, and then they're going to leave. But now people are coming to your stage and they're coming to your page and they're sticking. And people don't understand the difference between just getting a handout and using this as a stepping stone for what you've already built, right?
Yeah. That's why it's called a platform.
Yeah.
There's like he emphasizes all the time. Like, it's not about who can get it. Or it's about who can maintain it.
You said about this a lot.
And that right there is the main focus. It's like maintaining it. And like without skipping steps, that's how you do not maintain it. Because you can get everything you ask for, and then once you get it, you have no knowledge on how to keep it.
For sure,
man.
1,000,000,000%. Yeah, bro.
I just put that in the song too. I said, don't beg. Why are you begging for bread? You should be begging how to make. Because if I can give it to you, then somebody else can take it. Same shit. Same shit. Because that was me. And I feel like if I got all the bread that I wanted in 2021, when I was working in sales and I was making a lot, if I got what I really wanted at that time, I burned through everything I had. I would have burned through that more what I had. I thought I needed more money. I needed better habits. I needed better, priorities type shit. But that's big, bro. That's big. And it's like, it's awesome to hear you have these ideas and these things you live by that kind of just came from, obviously, and then being able to move in that environment. But these are things you live by. You kind of just picked this up while you were going. So that's dope. I mean, for you with the networking. So this last piece, I do want to wrap. I want to keep you here too long. I wanted to wrap up with networking. So we talked about, I mean, it's hard for people to show love. It's hard for people to give flowers, but how do you show, I mean, obviously we all are in agreement that you're not a dick sucker if you show love, but how do you show love without that connotation attached to it? Like, what is the difference between being a dick sucker and just showing love, if there is any?
Didn't we just talk about this yesterday?
But I'm curious.
I don't know.
But
anyway, go
ahead. It's people, bro. This is how I look at this shit. I look at this shit all the same, bro. And this is my next tape that's about to drop. It's called Main Character Energy. And this is how I feel. You got main characters in this world, and you got people that's here.
NPCs.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, bro, your mindset is everything, bro. if first of all, and this is the thing too, the minute I gave away my pride, like I stopped giving a fuck about pride, I started elevating like crazy. People hold on, like people had this pride issue and let pride get in the way of a lot of shit that they need. You know, a motherfucker will literally be fucked up and be starving or dying rather than just go, go take something that they need, from somebody that they might not want to take it from or whatever. It'd be like, fuck pride. Like, bro, you have to like, so that's a part of this shit. If you feel like giving a compliment to somebody or helping somebody with some shit is dick sucking, you are a fucking, you are imbecile. Like you think like a fucking imbecile. Moron, bro. You not fully here, bro. You gotta understand that this shit, like, if you can't do something simple as compliment somebody without saying, "Oh, that's dick sucking," then you're not gonna make it, bro. You're not gonna say that shit.
Yeah, bro. Facts, bro.
This shit way deeper than what you making it to be, bro. Like it ain't got, like it ain't. You can't do that, bro. If your pride is in the way of giving somebody a compliment, bro, your pride gonna stand in the way of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna stand in the way of a lot of things, bro. It's gonna stand in the way of a lot of money, bro. Like a lot of decisions that you need to make. You gotta get rid of that. I feel like you gotta get rid of that, bro.
Yeah. And
think about me. I tell people all the time, fuck pride, fuck being humble. Like I don't like humbleness either.
Yeah.
Fuck being humble.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to fucking know that you're the shit.
Mm-hmm.
People try to make it seem like because you know you the shit, you shitting on other people. No, that's not what that is. You can know or because you know you the shit, you forgot where you came from. No, I can remember where I came from. I can still never look down on people still while saying nigga I'm him because I am.
Yeah.
Facts.
So fuck being humble. Like humble is the definition of humble is a degrading ass word.
Yeah, I saw a video about that.
Yeah, the lowering your importance. Why would you ever want to lower your importance? What the hell is you talking about? Fuck being humble.
Yeah.
That humbleness was thrown on people that make people uncomfortable. I'm gonna come in the room. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You said the same shit.
I'm gonna act like I'm the shit. You gonna say, oh, you conceited. You full of yourself. Like, yeah, I am.
You not?
I'm not conceited. I'm confident.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm him. I do this shit for real. I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna do too much talking. I'm gonna just say leave it at that, and then show you that. You feel me? That's what I'm gonna do. So it's like, but that make people uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh, bro, you need to be a little bit more humble. That's the only thing, bro. Just calm down. like what?
Nobody's
niggas be like, bro, be humble, bro. Like the minute you get to popping your shit or talking your shit or whatever, feeling yourself, motherfuckers tell you to be humble. Yeah. They'd rather you be in a shell or have like this self-hatred towards yourself or like like lack confidence, rather than be
then shine your light.
Yeah.
And imagine if Sada Baby took that type of advice before that show that changed your life. Because Sada Baby, he like that is confidence that comes, like that energy, and that's both your energy is confidence, because it's you're acting. The reason why I feel like people be like, oh my God, because it's like you're acting in their eyes crazy, and they're like, you don't care about what people might. That's what they're thinking. Oh, but no, that's confidence.
Embarrassing.
But Sada Baby come on that stage like I'm this shit, and it's like y'all believe him. That's conviction. It's like that humble shit. I'm glad you also went to the other side, because I'm also the same word. I was raised to be humble, like, because I was getting good grades and shit.
I haven't tatted on my chest 3 times.
What?
Humble.
The word humble?
You have it tatted on your chest 3 times? Why?
I was taught to be humble. Live humble. I say be humble, live humble, remain humble. I was taught to be humble.
Indeed, there's a song called "Fuck Be Humble."
I learned over the time that word is an entrapment. Like people use that word to keep you in a bubble.
For sure,
especially when they see you rising. That's
growth right there. That's as a kid, like you said, I was taught to be humble. Yeah, and that's what we taught.
Yeah,
be humble.
This is what I learned about humble. This is to me the actual application of humble. Only be humble to God. Don't be humble to man. And there is an element of that, right? Because it's like there will be things in life that you cannot control how the universe works, and things what you said is like it's on God's time. That to me is like you be humble to God. But another man, it's like if someone is trying to tell you, you know, who you are, they can fuck right off, flat out. Especially
who
what
you should be.
or who you should be. Because a lot of people, you know, those people who are like, bro, chill out. Or they're trying to control you. But a lot of those people, I mean, it's just when you walk into a room with confidence, it's a mirror on all of the things that they could have been.
Yeah,
you know, and look, exactly what you said. If my confidence makes you uncomfortable, then you can leave my space.
Be gone.
Bro, funny story. Real quick, I had a funny story. Like, just when I was younger, like, I used to ask this girl, like, she used to always call me ugly. I used to feel myself, I ain't gonna lie. So I'm like, bro, ain't nobody ever called me ugly. I'm like, you gotta be lying. You don't really believe that. Like, I'm literally telling her this, she like, oh, you ugly. I'm just
She's standing those shit.
I'm like, so I'm bugging her for a minute. So, you know, then like later down the line, right? I was talking to her and shit. I'm like, so she ended up like cracking type shit. And I'm like, well, I thought she said I was ugly. She said, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really think you ugly. I just, it's just your attitude. You too cocky, so that shit makes you ugly. Cause you too cocky. But that right there, I like literally people do not.
Well, yeah, they don't fuck with that shit.
Don't like when you confident in yourself like that.
But the winners. Listen,
that's when I was in high school, like my sophomore year. Bro.
Winners like the confidence though, because
look, if it will attract the right people. That's what I found.
Like people who understand what that is, that gravitates. That gravitates you to the right people.
And that happened to me at Renaissance too, because I actually started Renaissance very, very confident. I actually did, and it was funny because I'm glad that you bet me after, like, because you wouldn't have fucked with it though, because you wasn't fucked with it. Because I came with I was every time we had free dress I was wearing, because I got a job for the first time and I'm copping shit off Amazon. That's all I got. I'm just buying all type of bullshit. I liked it, but it's bullshit. You know, I didn't ever get the emoji pants. I had some Galaxy ones though. Them Johns, man. The bitches was hard. But it got to a point where I started letting people get in my head. And it's like, yeah, that shit was weird. I'm at Rennie in Detroit. It's probably the wrong place, wrong time. But it was like, I got to a point where I just completely, by my junior year, I was a clone. Yeah. Because everybody like, weird. Then it's just like, stop. It's just like, well, okay, no, can't do that. Oh, shit. Like, I used to like having my fucking socks, like, because I think I watched Space Jam or one of them movies with a hooper, and they would pull his socks over his like jogging pants, but that's just sweet. Like, look like I'm ready to go. I'm doing that. Niggas like, what the bro? Niggas like, what did you like? What the fuck is? I'm like, damn. So I'm changing all these things. It's like I wanted to go blind when I was in high school. I never even did it till I got out of high school. I'm like, niggas gonna talk shit. That confidence shit, I had it, and it's crazy because I did have that shit, and I lost that shit for a minute. But now it's like it's back. It's like
I appreciate it.
It's in full effect.
I gotta pee. I had a kombucha and a coffee.
Oh, you good, bro? You good? Because I did that on y'all the other day, and y'all had to tell me to leave because I wasn't gonna leave. Bro, but yeah, man, that confidence, bro. That's especially in artistry. Like the difference between you winning a showcase and losing a showcase, it probably goes down to confidence. I feel like.
No, the confidence part is when you lose. You know,
true back. That's where it comes from. Right, that's where it comes from. Yeah,
yeah. That's the confidence part right there.
Yeah,
like bro, confidence carry you, bro. Confidence carry you so far. Confidence got so much to do in this journey, bro. It got so much to do. Like I said, knowing that the fact that I do got a talent, bro. I do got a God given talent. Yeah, and it is my duty to to continue this shit, no matter what the fuck obstacles I gotta face. To keep on persevering. It's so easy, bro. It's so easy to get distracted and be like, bro, you know what? I'm just gonna become a family man and just say fuck this shit, work a job, a good paying job, and make sure my son good. He got food on the table. So easy.
Man, and I feel like once you get to man,
but to be like, nigga, I'm about to keep on doing that shit, and why everybody telling you, man, bro, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. And, oh yeah, and niggas telling you, oh, you don't need to be doing that, you don't need to be doing that. Oh yeah. And I continue to keep being you. Yeah. When you be able to be you, like I said, like somebody told me, Don't never lose their confidence. They said that shit the other day. I said, listen, I take my clothes off on stage in front of
I'm throwing cereal at niggas, bro.
thousands of people.
I'm good, bro.
I'm taking hold on stage in front of thousands of people. You think that takes the mass confidence? Like that takes. It don't get no more confident than that.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm fully okay with myself. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good place to get to. And it's like, it's good to get there. And it's easy to lose it. I feel like for some people, it's probably at this point for you, it would be hard to lose that confidence at this point. Something catastrophic would have to happen. But I feel like, so you had this before the bread, like you had this before everything popped off and everything started going crazy. Like you had this before the college, before the motion, this confidence. Or
I
this
will
came because of
validate.
something.
I will validate that he always had. Listen, he was always him. I want to speak for you because I know you for so long. Yeah. No, for like always, and he always knew what was happening. Always. I'm gonna give you that right now. Yeah, always. And it was just like he was like, Rose, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. And I believed him. And and it is. And look at you now.
There was people literally ask me all the time, like, did you ever have a moment where you were just like, man, fuck this shit? Never.
I can see you getting that question a lot because it's just like and even watching that video, like I can see how people were like, I'll be wondering how do people you see somebody be like, oh, they got something in them. But like I was watching that video, I'm like, it's one of like Sada Baby, he's done features with other people. I've seen people do features with other people, and it's like you was in y'all, it was like cohesive. It's y'all song. It's not like no one's caring. It's like y'all both got that energy, y'all both on that nigga, and that's a hard place to get to and stay.
A lot of people at the top will tell you that they quit a million times.
Literally. Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of people that like, oh, I'm questioning this shit. I never done it. Never questioned.
I actually broke down in front of you. Do you remember that 2 years ago? That was like real on my real lowest. I was like, damn, bro, like this shit. But then the next day I woke up. You were like, what the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
He was like, no, Rose, what the fuck? And then I went to bed and I woke up and I was like, yeah. No.
Sometimes you had that moment of weakness.
It was for sure a moment of weakness. I'm glad that was in front of you and not my ops. You know.
Oh my God, but man, I think it's definitely one of our best talks so far. I want you to from everything we talked about some really like I think powerful things, but I'll start with Rose and I'll let you close. Rose, what's one thing you want everybody to like kind of take away from this conversation from today? Mindset
is everything, and without that, nothing can be built. So what you were saying when I came in from the bathroom was where's your confidence always there, and was your mindset always there? Nothing until your mindset is corrected and on the path, the right path of thinking, nothing you get will be kept. Nothing you try will work. It starts with your mindset and then you build on that. And if you're not there, you need to really take all the time to work on your mindset. Flat out. I might have just stole your whole statement, but that's what I take from this conversation. And to me, like, you know, you're a pinnacle. You are the pinnacle of sticking to it, fuck everyone, staying on your guns, working hard, sacrifice, you know, hyper. I don't even want to say talented because that's not skilled. Like you were good when you first came to me, but like you worked on the craft, the performance element. You know what I mean? Understanding the purpose of all this, not taking no for an answer in the context of, if I will lose 50 times because I understand that it only takes one win, and beyond that, that you need the L's to get the dubs. People don't understand that. It's just your mental, and that's why you're gonna win. You're only gonna get bigger. You know what I mean? And you know, as a friend and watching you this whole time, bro, it's damn near every time I see you, and I've said this, every time I see you, I have to congratulate you on something new. You know what I mean? And but it's because of the mindset, the commitment to the craft, the commitment to the game, the commitment to yourself, you know? So I want to give you all that,
you're really good at giving people flowers too, by the way.
Listen, that was good.
Yeah, no, but that's real though. But like, that's it.
No, bro.
That's it though. I ain't got nothing for no, but like I bring you up all the time, bro. Like really? No, because it got to a point too, bro, where people are asking me now, like, how'd you start recording Jungle? How did you meet Jungle? I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? How did I record? You're like we've been locked in, like as if, you know, so like that shows like the level that you're getting to, right?
We're about to get crazier for you.
Yeah, where people come in and they're like, oh shit, what's he like in real life? I'm like, I don't fucking know, bro. Like he's Jungle. I don't, you know. you know, so it's like I'm more than proud of you, and you deserve everything you have. Actually, you deserve more than you have, but you're gonna get it.
I like that you said that. Yeah. And even just meeting you today, dude, is dope to kind of just hear about like you, because I mean, not to say, oh, I wanted you to be humble, but just to hear, I mean, because obviously we've talked about what humble is, but just hearing, I mean, how even though you're confident, that humble aspect of it, of, you know, the way you're talking about this, like, well, I guess when I think of humble, I think of when you have success, giving credit where credit is due. Like I think there are people who have success and they just say, yep, this is all me. That's why I wanted to ask, where did this come from? Where did that come from? Because it's like, you need other people help you on your journey. So you were able to give credit to those, you know, who taught you the discipline. You didn't like, I woke up like no, you gave credit to those people. So that was dope. But just before I even, you know, let you kind of give your takeaways, Rose, like the biggest thing you said was the mindset, and to go even deeper is like your mental health, your emotional state. Because I mean, even for people who are who are okay with who are confident, you know, okay with talking about their mental health and their mental state, you need to check that. So you need to get to a point where you're okay with talking about that, because I'm about to drop a free training in like a few days. When I talked about this, your business is only as strong, or your business, if you're an artist, that's your business. Your business is only as strong as your mental state. Like you can't, I found that out real time. Like if you're not good up here, you can't do anything sustainably. Like you can try to have a good week and you probably will. Then the next week you might have that one day where, you know, you do break down. So you don't want to burn out. You got to have that mental state. Like you have to be ready. So that's why I took that break. I didn't take a break from music. You've been seeing me since I stopped dropping for real. Yeah. But I took a break from putting myself through the okay, I'm dropping this and I'm not getting the numbers that I deserve. And I'm like, let me wait until I like don't have that mentality, because that's a dumbass mentality. Like, why am I mad that I'm fucking up? Because I feel like if you're not successful, it's your fault in some way. Because for sure, it's people who are successful that we all have, or a few people that we see who have bread that we're like, they shouldn't. Like everyone has their person. It's no hate. So it's like you see people with bread, with success, who you feel in your head for whatever reason shouldn't be there. So get there, you know. And that's where I got in my head. And now it's like, I'm about to do this rebrand that you did with the whole like changing name, I'm damn near changing complete genre.
You know what he's changing his name to? Bigjungle.
You talking about right now? The stock in that would go up. No, I'm gonna keep the name. I changed my name like 3 or 4 times, bro. It used to be terrible. Like it was. I'm not even gonna get into that. But emotional state, man, keeping that right. Again, if you're an artist, your music, you as an artist, that's a business, so treat it as such. But I'll let you kind of have the last word, because you're on this ride. So just keep in mind, for anyone just tuning in or someone who just listening right now to this soundbite, fresh off tour, you know, with Sada Baby, you're ready to drop this. You said this next tape is called
Main Character Energy.
Main Character Energy. What is your advice, or what are your biggest takeaways from artists who want to be in your position, or artists who, you know, have been trying things and nothing's really been working for them?
You know, auntie say, stop, get the fuck out my face, auntie. Tell her to sit her ass down, man. You know what I'm saying? Say just get the fuck back up, man. When you fall, get up, bro. When you fall off, get up, bro. Figure this shit out, bro. At the end of the day, it ain't no blueprint. Everybody got their own route to get to the goal, bro. It's no same route in this shit at all. And there's no way you can look at the next person's hand and feel that it came before he deserved it. You know? Because at the end of the day, bro, you do not want the prize at the end early. For sure. Before you're ready for it. Because it's only gonna last for 3 seconds. And you only gonna taste it, and then it's gonna be gone. You wanna wait. You wanna enjoy the process and learn everything you can learn as much as possible before you get to that bag, so you can keep the bag and you can maintain it and pass it down.
Yep.
You did a good job of kind of wrapping it all into one. That is, but you need to. This gonna be like playing at the beginning of a video or something. That's crazy, but. Man, I want to say I appreciate you, Rose, because I mean, you know him.
We greatly, especially, you know, we're just starting, you know, and you're getting big out.
I mean, this is episode 12, but you know, we are just starting. You're right. You said episode 50 is when you're like.
I don't count shit until
But no, when I looked at the hard drive, I saw 12. I was like, damn, it felt like we did just start. So that was dope. But I do appreciate you, man, coming out so early, bro. Like just being able, I mean, that's why I wanted to do this, man. Like you said, your goal was to just be able to do hood shit with your friends. And it's like me, I just like to talk with people who got good heads on their shoulders. So I love that you brought him and it wasn't. So now when you say I want to bring somebody, I'm gonna give you more pull because I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, bro.
Who did y'all have on here before?
We had my boy Keys. We had.
Like, I don't know them. I'm saying, like, what do they do?
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I'm like my boy. Like, you know, like he famous. I'm like Keys, Michael, bro. Yeah, no. We had your boy who was into crypto.
Luke, you remember Luke? He was a DJ. Yeah, Luke. He was a DJ at Bankrose, like right when we opened. You might know. He's white dude.
You might know he's white.
You say Luke Snail?
No, I do. All the white dudes.
You know Luke.
I know too many Lukes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh?
Uncle Luke?
No.
We had him. We had so my boy Keith. So he's in, sales, business, entrepreneurship, different network marketing things.
I think what he's asking though is why don't you trust the people I'm around?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
I thought y'all was like having like mostly artists. So I was trying to figure out what type of people.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So like the point,
another thing is I could also just get y'all. I could get more people on her for y'all.
I'd appreciate that.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean hell
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
But so and that's the reason I tried to like give you, but I'm like, you know what? I feel like he probably didn't even really feel what the fuck I was saying. Let me just show him what we do. But the goal is like to get better than we. So our goal personally starting this is to get better than we were yesterday. It's a journey of personal development. So we're bringing people on here. So our listeners and everyone who's watching, we want them to take the journey with us. So the people that we bring on are to help that journey in some way. So the Preem Pod is funded by my company, Preem Consulting, and we help artists, creatives, videographers, anyone in the creative field monetize their skills and then start making like scale it. Like don't just stop once you get motion like most people do. And once you get motion, leverage that motion to Sada Baby type shit. So we help people figure out how to connect the dots. So this is supposed to, spoiler alert, transparency moment, like bring leads in for that, obviously. But the other part of it is helping other people who didn't get what you got along that journey get that shit. So like someone like Rose who is, speaks of it from making it digestible for people who are like, who have that mindset thinking about like, if you support people, you're a dick sucker. Like I want to get those people out of that and like force them to, because there's no one in their lives for it. So we're going to have people on here like you to bridge the gap between, the artistry and the business side, because that's why I want to talk about the business side, because people see you and like they want what you have and they want this motion that's coming and they want to like just steal it. But I want to, like Rose said, help people create their own motion. So
yeah, it's like artists.
It's not really anything. I guess it's anything specifically. It's just anyone who is on a path of wanting more. So anyone with ambition, I want on here, as long as we can talk about more than just the flashy shit. Like I don't want to just talk about gold and like the outcomes that come from this shit.
3-hour podcast about gold.
I fucking love gold though. I do love gold, but the point is to help others, and I feel like my philosophy, once I kind of changed and like what helped me make way more money than I was making before, is providing value to people. And then whatever happens. But like the point of this, I know this is a longer answer that you might have bargained for, but the point of this is to just to get better than we were yesterday and then help others do the same. So someone like yourself, today, and I feel like if an artist was to really sit down, listen, and take some notes, they could really, start, get some shit going. So that's the goal. Yeah, shit. Yeah, taking notes. So yeah, that's the goal. And we're gonna talk to anyone who will be open with not just talking about, I did this. I'm like someone who can be humble for a second to speak. Because I feel like to talk about these things, you have to have a moment of vulnerability, to be willing to say, I did fuck up. Like you talking about I'm down to talk to anyone who's willing to talk about the bad and the good. I put it like that. In context of business, entrepreneurship, making bread, that's the fucking goal. So we can go out and do this other shit.
Successful creatives and entrepreneurs, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm on super. We all do music, but I'm
that's a given. We're in Detroit, so it's a given.
Anything, that Rose is a part of my brother. So I'm gonna try to help as much as I can. So I'm gonna send y'all the best, my best.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Definitely. Definitely. And
Yeah.
definitely appreciate you coming on, taking the time. I know we went like a little over here, so I won't do any more last thoughts because that's how we stay till 4:30. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I know it's kind of hot in here, so I appreciate y'all because I'm hot. Maybe it's just me. But, okay, so I'm glad.
Like it's 2 and 2. Damn, girl, you so beautiful. And that shit so juicy. Woo. Foreign bitch like Lucy. Look. Do it. Okay. Do it, baby.